Welcome to Valley Children's Stadium, everyone, the home of the Fresno State Bulldogs. And for a team whose mantra is anytime, any place, anywhere, it's always good to be home. And these fans have shown out for the clash we have ahead of us. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the San Jose State Spartans, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the Fresno State Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Fresno State will kick it off and we will be underway. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. The Spartans offense will have the first possession of the game. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling, the temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
He'll keep it himself. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
Yeah, and how about the QB calls his own number and all these options, obviously multiple plays. He decides to stick with it, get some positive yards, and now what's next off of that? What's my next read off of that? How am I going to mix things up and keep this defense on balance?
Just a short pass to the tight end. And he picked up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. The give to the back. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. And the Spartans are marching down the field. They'll try the right side. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
To the air, it's Cummings. Finds his big tight end. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. The give to the back. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Feeling some heat. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped offside.
Offside. Defense.
And this is what's going to drive coaches crazy. It's mental errors, right? It doesn't take any talent or lack of talent to have that penalty. You just got to watch the ball, and when it's snapped, get after the quarterback.
They'll keep it on the ground. The Spartans pick up the first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of...
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his first sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out how to slow him down.
On second down, wants to throw it. Fires to the wideout. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on third down. And the Spartans send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. So Fresno State's offense has its first opportunity of the day. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quick completion to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion. We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You got an opportunity right now. You got the football early in this game to show you. This is going to be more of the same, Palmer.
And he's running in the open. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Finds his tight end. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the first down.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Looking to throw. Setting up the screen. Nice move to keep moving. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. The Bulldogs have this offense rolling. He'll come out throwing on first down. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. Slips a tackle. He's right on target. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs! They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
Lining up for the PAT. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. about to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. San Jose State has the ball and ready to go on the attack. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on first down. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Still on his feet at the 45. They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure, it's a first down. The Spartans come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on first down. Release to the back. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Well, they've put themselves in a hole. It's 1st and 20. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Osborne. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Oh, the head coach has to be losing his mind after all of these penalties. Now it's 1st and 30. Wide receiver now comes in motion. With jet sweep pass. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Offense gets set for second down. Looking to throw, it's Cummings. It's complete. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on third down. Fourth down coming up. And the Spartans decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. This punt will be down just inside the 40-yard line. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Quick release on the RPO. And the runner is down, and so is a flag.
Hold it, offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line getting set on second down. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. He's looking downfield to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Hauls it in. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. New set of downs after that completion. They'll throw it on first down. They're trying to get to it. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, the quarterback was in a world of trouble there. He was under pressure. He knew he was going to get hit, so he's just trying to get rid of it, but he forced it into double coverage. He's lucky that was only an incompletion.
They'll go back to the air on second down. Incomplete. Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. Got him downfield. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a run.
And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the 1st down.
My goodness, this offense has got it rolling. They might put up a 50-burger. This defense, they don't have any answers right now. They're going to have to figure something out.
Quick strike complete. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Bringing the heat. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Fresno State. Effective offense leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, want to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. A lot of we ares inside that stadium today. Penn State is running away with things, and that offense looks unstoppable. They're up 14 over the Coyotes. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. A rather inauspicious start with the kickoff out of bounds and great field position for this offense. Looks like a penalty on the kickoff as the ball goes out of bounds. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. Use the play fake, now to throw. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
That's a good decision by the quarterback. I know that's not going to come up on the stat sheet, but you're in the pocket, nobody's open. Don't risk turning it over. Just throw it away.
2nd and 10 here. Quarterback on the keeper. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I hate being that guy to say just take a dive, don't take a hit. When the play is going absolutely nowhere, you might think about it.
First, do no harm, right? And you've already been harmed, so just don't make it worse.
Don't take those big shots unless you know it's for an important situation, goal line, 3rd down, touchdown.
That quarterback was doing his best Houdini, escaping in the backfield, but the defense finally gets to it. Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. The Spartans will punt this one away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin them back deep in their own end. And they'll blow it dead around the 30-yard line. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that up to touchdown.
And this quarterback has been dialed in too. He's been so good reading coverage, going to where the open guy is with the football. They've been up and down the field so far.
And this defense needs to make something happen right now. You've already given up a couple touchdowns. Your offense has got nothing going. Still early in the game. Get a stop. Create some momentum for your offense.
Here comes the offense on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Unloads to the right. A strike downfield. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. Fresno State right back to the line.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup. And the Bulldogs have it with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Makes the grab, and he's dragged down. And the short completion brings up 2nd down. They'll leave it with him. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Ball's at the 24, a lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the 1st down. From the gun, wants to pass. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. Looking to throw. Safe completion on the screen. Touchdown, Fresno State! And they take it in for 6 more points. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And hey, how about the 2-for-1? The quarterback gets a touchdown pass and a new tattoo to remember the moment by.
You know, we always talk about quarterbacks having soft focus around them and hard focus downfield. You just saw that right there. There are a lot of quarterbacks that would have been anticipating the hit coming, maybe taking the sack or just tried to throw the ball away. They would have panicked. Not this guy. He stood in there, he faced the fire, and boy, oh boy, that was a beautiful throw.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. Guys, this San Jose State offense trying to get this ball moving. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the 2nd half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the 2nd half.
And that pass is intercepted. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
I tell you what, as a quarterback, you've got to have a short memory. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to be asked to do a lot, and he throws his first career interception. If I'm the coach on the sideline, listen, I'm bringing him over. This ain't going to be your last, big fella. Like, you're going to make mistakes. It's okay. Put it behind you. Next play.
Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute there.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. This offense has put on a display in the first half, and they have a chance to tack another one on before the break. Snags it, and he will score! Touchdown, Bulldogs! On to attempt the try. And the extra point makes it 28-0. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a two-play drive. Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The San Jose State offense is back on the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. To the air, it's Cummings. Throws to the wideout. And the sophomore has to get that one out in front of his receiver.
Yeah, it's just a throw the quarterback would love to have back. His guy's wide open. It looked to me like maybe he was overstriding or straining a little bit too much on the throw. The nose of the ball was diving. And he, of course, threw it into the ground. That's one he'd like to do over.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Comes out throwing on first down. They're bringing heat. Zings it complete to the right. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And a great play design here in this type of situation. Obviously, trailing, you're trying to put something up on the scoreboard and just using the sideline, using the boundary, getting the ball out of bounds and stopping the clock.
A shot toward the end zone. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half. It's been a fun start to this one, and this offense has really been the story. They've opened up a sizable lead, and unless something drastic changes, things might get even more out of hand. A combination of lethal efficiency, and that offensive line has been the key. They've mauled that defense and also just about broken their will.
They're lining up to boot it away.
Set to kick off.
Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32.
29 Philly.
Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass and make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6.
Spider.
Got his man quickly. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
The give to the fullback. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Second down.
Kept it on the ground on 1st down. Now back to the line.
Here we go.
He wants to pass it on 2nd down. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
And the defense gets to the quarterback.
Well, this defense knew they had to get off to a fast start here in the second half. They're trailing by a bunch of points right now on the scoreboard. They needed to make something positive happen early, and on the very first drive, they get a sack on 3rd down, looking to get the ball back to their offense here.
Running it back, it's Osborne. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. San Jose State has the ball and ready to go on the attack. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed it.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
And they got him for the sack.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they had made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. And the Spartans will send out the punt unit. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. And they'll just down it right there.
That's a great job downing the football, setting your defense up, great field position. A lot of times you let that thing bounce one too many times and it climbs in the end zone, but that was a good job of making sure you downed it and set your D up.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Pocket starts to collapse. They'll run the screen. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
Well, they pick up the 1st down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the 1st.
Man, when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 37. Fresno State moving it quickly down the field. Looking to go up top on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. After misfiring, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got his man to the left. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it from the gun. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
He'll run it again. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
From the 33, it's first and 10. Out of the gun, the running back has it. At the 20, he's got space. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can...
Touchdown Bulldogs! And the route is on. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
It just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Penn State is running away with things, and it's thanks in large part to an offense that's been firing on all cylinders. They're up by 25 over the Coyotes. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
It's a nice gain, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough at the point of attack.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to pass, it's Cummings. Quickly complete. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? 2nd down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open, just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Getting some heat. Takes the easy one to the back. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. That's the end of the quarter, guys, and Fresno State is on top. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the third quarter stats will show you. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Snagged in the middle, it's Osborne. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Dumps it to the back. Makes the grab, and he's got the first. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. The Spartans have their offense in high gear.
Good enough for first down.
Wants to throw on first down. Buying some time. Short gain on the play before he slides.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off, he takes off, and gets a positive gain.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. 3rd and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. Unloads to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing if they stop the pass, they win the game, and they have done that. Their guys have won one-on-one on islands. They've been able to get to the quarterback. They've been mixing up their looks. They haven't even allowed 100 yards passing in this one, and that's why they are way ahead here in the 4th quarter.
This senior quarterback never afraid to run it when he has to pick up a 1st down. And the Spartans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun, the inside give. Dances away again. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's later in the 4th quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down a lot.
This offense hasn't been able to find the end zone with the GPS and a slide rule. Can they finally get a touchdown on 3rd and goal? Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, San Jose State. Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
Ready to try the point after.
Here on for the extra point.
They get the extra point on the board, but they're still down 35-7. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills, and they've got it at the receiver position. One-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my match.
Racing down the left side. At the 30. 10. Touchdown, Fresno State. And the beatdown has ensued. They extend the lead here in the 4th, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Well, they didn't exactly milk the clock on that drive, did they? 2 plays and into the end zone for the touchdown. The kickoff unit about to go to work. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be brought down. Guys, this San Jose State offense trying to get this ball moving. Going up top on first down. It's complete to the left. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game now on second down. He's looking to throw. Trying to get to him. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy, and because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm throwing the football, and that's why they find themselves trailing here late in the fourth quarter.
And that play just looked to be a mess from the snap, and he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. The Spartans will bring the punt team onto the field. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He'll field it close to the 50. And the returner will be brought down. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now on the same page.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
He's got it on the right. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down. This offense has a second down play. Handoff to the fullback. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And he is stuffed. And I think the reason he's stuffed there is, think about it. The only time you really give the ball to the fullback is short yardage situations. The defense knew it was coming, played it fast, played it physical, and stopped him for a big loss.
He's going to take off. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
Well, the defense just spent a whole lot of energy, too. That was a long play. That developed and took time, and they were pursuing, and they weren't able to get him initially. So you got dudes huffing and puffing and sucking wind, and this offense all of a sudden down close to your goal line. You might want to consider subbing some fresh bodies out on the field.
We've reached a 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. A first down run on the doorstep. Touchdown, Fresno State! And the pummeling has started. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Arizona is down right now, but you simply can't rule out a comeback. Teddy Bruschi had a hand in getting this kid to Tucson, so if he thinks the magic is there, who am I to disagree? It's a tight one right now. They're trailing by only 5 to Maryland. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
And man, is that a just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and it makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
If they have any intention of getting this drive going, they better come up with something on 2nd and long from the 10. Escapes trouble. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage at the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this game.
Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down. And the Spartans come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. Using the quick game. No chance to run, but still a good game.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well. Listen, the intermediate passing game like this has taken over college football, short to intermediate. So if they can find some of this, it'll help their offense moving forward.
You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath the other one sucks into their greedy lungs. Figuratively speaking, of course, and when you win, oh, is that sweet.
It's glorious. To be able to brag, to be able to text message your buddies, to be able to post stuff on social media, it's a lot of fun. I think fans like it more than anybody, but it's something that every year you have a couple games starred. This was one of them, Jesse. They took care of business, and now you move on to the next.
They really did. We saw some great individual efforts in this game by the winning team, too. So cool to see some of these players that have had terrific collegiate careers make some of the biggest plays of their lives in this game, in a rivalry game that just